You are tuned in to the Hall Report, your number one trusted source for news, trends, and insights in the dump trucking industry. I'm Malcolm Smith, CEO of the National Dump Trucking Association, and I'm here to give you the information you need to stay ahead in business. From updates on major projects to strategies for growth, this is the report that keeps you informed and in control. So let's get to the news that really matters. You guys should know about the Science and Chips Act as well as the infrastructure bill. Those are two things I want you guys to really pay attention to. And I want to start off by saying, if you're in the dump trucking industry, I know it's probably been tough this season. A lot of things were going on, but if you're still in it and you came out, you're still surviving, this is a great industry to be in because it's so many things about to happen in the next few years. There's a manufacturing boom that is going on, and it's coming from the Science and Chip Act. For you guys who don't know the Science and Chip Act, I'll give you a little information on it. So the Science and Chip Act, U.S. leadership is in semiconductors. The Chips and Science Act provides $52.7 billion for American semiconductor research, development, manufacturing, and workforce development. This includes $39 billion in manufacturing incentives, including $2 billion for legacy chips used in automobiles and defense systems. Remember that. $13.2 billion in R&D and workforce development, and $500 million to provide for international information communication technology security and semiconductor supply chain activity. So to sum all that up, if you guys remember during the pandemic when there weren't a lot of new cars being made and there was a used car boom where used cars were becoming of value, it's because we could not get semiconductors to put in our newer vehicles. And the semiconductors come from Taiwan. Taiwan is like the king of making semiconductors. That's what they're known for. Well, this caused a problem in our supply chain for our vehicles, automobiles, and people, they don't want to see that anymore. All the manufacturing companies, Fords, the GMCs, that cost them a lot of money. So President, they got together and they decided we're going to start to produce semiconductors here, which Science and Chip Act was signed in 2022. So they're now getting a bunch of companies together and they're going around building these facilities so we can produce more semiconductors. So that's what the Science and Chip Act. But what does that mean for dump trucking? What it means for dump trucking, if these facilities need to be built and they're being built all around the country, they're going to need our services. They're going to need building materials. They're going to need gravel. They're going to need sand. They're going to need dirt. They're going to need the area where they're building is going to have to be paved. So it has opened up a lot of jobs for the dump trucking industry. And if you still have your truck and you haven't sold off, keep your truck, because the dump trucking industry is about to boom, and it's already starting to boom, especially with the election and everything over with. There's a lot of things, companies saying, okay, we feel comfortable going and starting our projects. So guys, this is a great time to be in dump trucking. I know it may have been tough this past couple months, but construction is really picking up. So jobs projects that have started because of the semiconductor or the Science and Chip Act. If y'all looking at this, y'all can cut this, splice this, and then y'all can come back when I start back talking. So the projects that are going on that are related to this manufacturing boom or Science and Chip Act are, so the first one we have is the Myron technology expansion. This project is in Clay, New York, Boise, Idaho. Myron is developing new semiconductor facilities with the CHIPS funding. Dump trucks are needed for site prep, material hauling, and debris removal. The second one we have is the TSMC, that is the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company facility. This was going to be in Phoenix, Arizona. It is becoming a tech hub with a $12 billion semiconductor plant. Dump trucks will be needed for some bulk material transport and infrastructure development. Texas Instruments in Utah, Lehi, Utah, Lehi. This is $11 billion project, requires significant excavation, site preparation, and hauling services. So guys, get in on these Science and Chip Act, manufacturing boom. If you hear semiconductors, Taiwan, anything dealing with that, go and try to get on these projects. Or if you're early and you know about them, you see RFPs for these projects, go and check them out. These are long-term projects. These facilities take years to build. So that means whatever the hauling portion of it, it's gonna take a while as well. So this is a way to find different projects. Now, these are just 3. They're going on in all different areas, but look into your area and see if any Science and Chip Act projects are going on, and please go and get your trucks on them.